What's up, guys? Mike here, answering question from my mailbox. Mike, do I need a deload week? Do you? I don't know you. So let's settle up first. What's a deload week? So a deload week basically means I'm cutting all my sets, my reps, and my exercises, and my training partner in half. No, not training partner. So let's say you're benching 100 pounds for 4 sets for 10 reps. You'll be doing 50 pounds for 2 sets for 5 reps, something like that. So you would drastically reduce everything. The goal being that the body can recoup, and then you have a new program and you make progress, right? Is that a good idea? No, not for bodybuilding. Why not? Because the idea comes from Olympic lifting, right? Olympic lifting, they pyramid up and then they come back down after the meet. Olympic lifting is a skill-based sport, right? So you have to perform at a certain skill level with a very heavy weight, which is very difficult to do. Like, so you're automatically mentally much more challenged than in bodybuilding, where it's more like a single level training system. So for bodybuilding, the main issue is, in my opinion, that people don't actually do a lot of work in the gym. So they think, let me adjust this for a second. So they think they do, but they really don't. And the reason is the execution is horrible. So they're doing this and this, but there's actually not a lot of work here, a little bit of work here. So all in all, there's a lot of room for improvement. So most people could actually make linear progress. So when stuff hurts, it's really because you're doing it wrong, or you're doing exercise that just doesn't fit your mechanism. So in bodybuilding, I feel people should really focus on their execution before changing up everything. Are you lifting this weight properly? What do I mean by this? Number one is your activation proper. So let's say I'm doing a chest fly. Am I doing this first because now I just did a front raise? 2, do I keep the tension? And then do I keep my distance, or am I collapsing on the elbow? And then do I keep the same time? And if all that's in check, you can work on the weight. So if people took the time and sort of like went to town in their workout and kind of weeded out what actually doesn't work for them and where there's very little tension, there would be an automatic volume reduction. And I think that would cause progress. So if you take all the wasted sets out, or the exercises that simply don't work for your angles or for your biomechanics, whatever the case may be, then you'll be left with much less than what you're doing right now. But if that volume is better executed, you would make more progress in a shorter period of time. So in other words, the better you get, the less you can train. So there might be a guy out there that can activate a ton of fiber with one set. It's not me, sadly, but what I'm saying is, like, a beginner always has to have a shotgun principle to hit something in terms of tension. As people get better, they can do less. But as to just randomly cutting all the weights, exercises, and then doing new exercises, doesn't make sense from the perspective that most people cannot execute what they're doing in the first place. So now they're just doing less crap and then changing it out for new crap, right? But they actually never get good at what they're doing. So focus on mastery, cut the volume, but that volume that you're keeping, you perform really, really well, and then move up weights and volume from there and add exercise if you feel you can handle it. But don't just randomly go ahead and say, oh, 4 weeks have passed, I'm gonna chop everything in half and now I do something else. And now you're doing something else that you still haven't learned to do, and by the end of the year, so you don't look any better, and all you are is more inflamed. So I think for most people, a deload week is not warranted. I would call it more like of a retraining phase. Open for hate mail.